So let's talk about the one issue that did get resolved, higher education funding. Maybe I'll start with you, Senator Corrin. What did the legislature do in that area?
On the higher education, I don't have the highlights with me, but I think we ended up with $150 million in both years, I believe, is the additional. I think we originally were looking at just over $100 million in new additional revenue, but unfortunately, I don't have the details on that one. Maybe Representative New does.
Yeah, well, no, I think that I'll be honest. I voted against the bill, and part of the reason for that is that we didn't have the highlights on the bill. You know, I mean, that was a bill that was not posted for long before we were asked to vote on it. So we really didn't know the details of what was in that bill. So I was not real happy with that. You know, the Ag, Finance and Housing bill had a similar situation. Fortunately, in our chamber, the majority did finally choose to table that bill rather than forcing a rushed vote on it, because it was a similar situation. The bill had been posted for 20 minutes before midnight, and we were being asked to vote on that. Well, we didn't have any idea what was in it. So, yeah, that's what happened with the higher ed bill.
We have a group from St. Cloud who wants to know about the status of education, K-12 education, pre-K, whatever, 12 education, however you may discuss it. So let's discuss that for a moment. Representative New, where does that sit these days?
Sure. You know, I'm really pleased actually that we got 2 and 2 on the formula. I think all of us want to fund education. In fact, in our chamber, I was happy to take a vote with 3% and 2% funding on education. I would have loved to have seen a little bit more money there. You know, beyond that, I don't know the details of the K-12 bill yet. I'm hoping, I don't know what funding was made available for the special ed cross subsidy. That's really important. Our schools are really struggling with the cost of special ed funding, so I'm hoping that we see that. I mean, like I said, the minority parties have been completely left out of the negotiating process, so we don't know the details, but I'm really hoping we see that. I would also like to see, I know the Senate had some equalization in their tax bill for low tax districts, low property tax districts. I don't know if that made the final cut, but I'm hoping it did. That's a really important factor for a lot of rural schools particularly.
Yeah, and so the K-12 funding, I think it was $1.2 billion in new revenue on top of on the formula. I think it was about, I just looked through the numbers, on about $240 to $280 per pupil funding on the base. There's some special ed funding in there. Of course, that varies by school, but I think when you look at it, I think the number is $20.1 billion is going to be spent, the most ever spent, and the largest increase in school spending in K-12 that we've ever had. And that includes $6 billion of the property tax portion as well. The only piece that we didn't get before I came here was the federal portion. So when you look at the totality of it today, it's it's $30 billion spent on a biennium basis in K through 12. Equalization is in there, but we didn't get the breakdown of each of our districts and its impact. Our district is a low-value property district, and it's hit the hardest. And we have more.
The equalization is designed to address the issues surrounding low-value property districts,
right? And we are the epitome of a low-value property district. Only a couple small commercial hubs, and they're shrinking.
Yeah, Chisago County is one of the lowest CI counties in the state.
Commercial industrial.
Correct. Thank you. And so it really hurts our citizens when we pass a bond referendum, when we pass a levy, it's particularly an operating levy. It really hits our residents hard. Because their individual tax burden is much higher than in districts that have a lot of commercial industrial property. Because in those districts, the commercial industrial property takes on more of that tax burden, whereas in Chisago County, we don't have the commercial industrial to take on that tax burden, so it all goes to individual homeowners, and it makes it really, really difficult to fund education that way.
Yeah. And the burden, not only on our homeowners because of that low value then, is think about the farm districts or the ag districts. So our farmers pay an exponential amount of a portion of that bill, and that's crippling to the farmers. One thing in the tax bill that's in there is in the last session we exempted 40% of their value from the levy. I forget what the dollar amount was, but this year we also did in the tax bill today, it ramps up to 70% exclusion for their property. So I think it was another $90 million that stays in our farmers' hands. And but it still has to be paid by somebody, and so that piece then gets shifted to the other citizens. But in this case, it was $90 million of our surplus dollars that were used towards it.
Very early in our time together on this program in this calendar year, 2019, when we discussed this question of pre-K, there were some philosophical differences. Some feeling that we should look to more aid to people who can use it or are in need of those services than others perhaps seeking to expand it more broadly. How did those issues get resolved, if they did?
I just saw the chart. It looks like there's about 4,000 students, and I don't know what the number of schools were. I can tell you, for Representative New and myself, none of them are in the entire Senate 32. But they're preserving it. I believe it's only one-time funding again, and so we'll have to readdress it. I personally, from the perspective of pre-K, I want our children to be in a small family daycare. I don't want them in our school and our institutions any earlier than they need to be. I understand early childhood education is important, but I want it done in a smaller family setting and not in our schools.
Yeah, I mean, my feeling about that is we want to make sure that those dollars are going to the families who need it the most. The reality is there are lots of stay-at-home moms who don't need to put their kids in preschool because they're getting that good nurturing at home. There are other families who maybe they have two working parents, but they can afford preschool, and so that's okay that's worked into a family budget. But we also know that there are families who really do struggle to make ends meet, and they do need some help with that, and that's where we should be focusing those dollars.
And I know that Art Rolnick from the Federal Reserve Board has been a proponent of targeting the dollars to families that particularly need it.
Yeah.
That position has not necessarily been universally held by everybody in the legislature, as I understand it. I mean, there's some division on that question.
Well, I think that's correct. However, you won't get argument here.
No, none.